All right, welcome back. Let's talk today about shared reading. Shared reading is an important strategy when working with emerging and beginning readers, or even just to have fun. And you can use these as read alouds as well. There are a lot of ways to do shared reading, and I share a lot of those. But here's one that is really fun. This book is kind of like a no fail. It's kind of already set up for you. So you read to me, and I'll read to you. And these books are designed so that you can do the shared reading with your child or children. There's a little bit of author's note in here that talks about, the purpose of the book, but let's take a look at it. So you can see some of the words are written in different colors. And that's the idea, that you pick a color, your child picks a color. In this case, we've got a few colors going on, so you can even have a couple of readers involved with you. 2 or 3 readers, or 2 children and you take turns with the reading back and forth. So one thing this does for children is it gives them a lot of comfort knowing that you're there to help them. They don't have to read all the words. It gives them some opportunity to practice with some of the parts of the book that are easy for them while you take on some of the heavier load. You can do this with any book, especially our predictable pattern books, because the words are going to get familiar and predictable to them, or a book where phrasing is repeated and they do the repeated part and you do the more difficult part. And so you can do this. It's also fun for practicing fluency, expression, and things like that. And just, again, could be just a fun bedtime story. So you can see these are all separate short little stories, so you don't have to do a whole book in one setting. And it gives your child some practice when they're not ready to fully read everything on their own. What you can do is pick out the reading parts that you think are more appropriate for your child, especially maybe the shorter, easier words or easier sentences, and then practice them. You can go over them and then go back and read them together again, so your child gets practice going through it. You can do these multiple times. That's the most important, and that's the best way to increase fluency, is to reread books. So give your child a chance to reread the familiar parts to increase their fluency. Beginning readers, struggling readers, practicing readers need a lot of practice with fluency, so rereading is a good thing. So again, this is a great book to use for shared reading.